What's going on, y'all? Back with another reaction video today. We got another one from Thinking Football. I haven't watched one of his videos since like the off season, but he put out a video. The NFC has a new top dog. Obviously, this is about the Eagles. Looking forward to this. Hopefully get educated on some things I did not know. I think this was before. This was a day ago, so this was before the Eagles played their game, if I'm not mistaken. Yesterday, where they blew out the Commanders. Had a great game. I think they're 3-0. The Dolphins are 3-0, and currently the Giants are actually 2-0, which is surprising. And they could be 3-0 tonight. They're playing against the Dallas Cowboys, so that would be interesting to see the Giants starting off the season 3-0. But Eagles been looking deadly, man, offensively and defensively. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Of the Sirianni era, and
Shout out to Thinking Football. Let's see.
it's year 2 of the Sirianni era in Philly, and the Eagles are starting to take flight. The training wheels are off for Jalen Hurts, and the young signal caller has his offense cooking. He's been a menace. To start the season, they've produced back-to-back 450-yard performances, flattening teams into the turf and carving them open through the air. Sirianni has Hurts playing like one of the best dual threats in the league, and we're here to show you how.
Indeed.
It all starts up front with the big boys, and Hurts is operating behind one of,
the Eagles have one of the best combos of offensive line and defensive line. I'm noticing that, man.
Not the best lines in football, regularly bulldozing personal runways for the stars. The line's athleticism, cohesiveness, and sheer power allows Sirianni and offensive coordinator Shane Steichen to run whatever they damn well please. Let's start with their base run, and that's the inside zone. The line is aiming to open up the A-gaps by working 2 double teams on the D tackles, with the guards then working up to the second level. They'll take a short read step left, then aim their blocks upfield at a 45-degree angle to create a vertical push. If you're working as part of a double team, and you're the peeler, you've got to have active eyes on the second level, ready for the backer attacking downhill. And watch Isaac Seumalo do this perfectly, helping out Lane Johnson before peeling off to neutralize 44. The Lions are too aggressive playing the middle, and the line are more than happy to wash them all out of the play, creating a hole the entire width of the hashes.
That's crazy.
Here it is again from split zone action. Jalen Hurts is going to act as if he's reading Smith like he would on the zone read. And with Goddard in motion, Eric Kendricks has to slide right to cover him and the potential keeper. However, Goddard is actually going to wham block the read end, who freezes for half a second to read the exchange, allowing 88 to take out his legs. This frees up Lane Johnson to operate the double team with Seumalo this time, allowing Jason Kelce to climb to the last remaining free guy in the box. Let's keep it real.
Like he said, the end guy hesitated. This play itself forced him to have to be patient because he don't know if Miles is going to bounce it outside or take it here. But this is a nice lane. This is a nice play. Everything's worked out fine. Look, block, clean blocks too. Double team, taken out.
Y'all could have gotten 2 or 3 yards through this gap. They do a great job of taking advantage of Jason Kelce's athleticism, and it's shown well on this nicely timed play. The defense backed off in the 4-minute drill after some good chunks taken, but the clock stopped due to an incompletion. You want to keep the clock ticking so as to not give them too much time back, so the draw call is perfect. They've got man-on-man in the box, and watch the nice pump fake from Hurts to keep the backer static before quickly handing it off. Goddard does a great job firing out to get his man at the second level, but it's center Jason Kelce who produces the best block, helping inside on 96 before climbing to Kendricks and sealing him outside. Truthfully, just masterful technique and athleticism. And here's more great play design to get your all-pro center involved. Spreading out the defense with the super stack bunch formation leaves 5 on 6 in the box. And again, the threat of Hurts' legs makes this a 6-man blocking scheme. The Lions try getting smart, sending 34 on the wrap blitz to defend the threat of Hurts and allow the defensive end to chase the back. But the Eagles have them countered, running stretch power, aiming to get wide with Kelce as the lead blocker again. This is just ridiculous athleticism to not only get around his guard seamlessly, but also seal.
I want to see that again.
Ridiculous athleticism to not only get around his guard seamlessly, but also seal the edge for Sanders. And anytime a team busts out the fold concept, we're gonna show it. Every other lineman will release out to block a man at the second level, with every other alternating lineman trap blocking the gap they just vacated. You need a high level of cohesion and trust to run this, but when it works, it creates
crazy.
Big holes.
That's like a what's that called? Like a stunt blitz from the defensive line. Is it like when they intertwine? I don't think I ever seen that really from offensive line. All 6 players, including the tight end, all of them switched. That's very interesting, bro.
Of cohesion and trust to run this, but when it works,
that is different.
It creates big holes. And this is all before Hurts' legs get involved, with the most common action being a twist on the RPO. Instead of just the ability to throw or hand off depending on the read of a linebacker, Sirianni first gets Hurts involved in a zone read, essentially creating a triple option. Hand the ball off, throw the rub concept, or keep it himself. And let me tell you, defenses have had no answer for this so far.
This was nice.
Here it is against the Lions on the goal line. The defense is forced to sell out on the run with only a yard needed, and the corners aren't to blame doing a decent job on the rub concept. But Jalen is so wide open, he could moonwalk it in. The play design just has them too much in a bind.
That was automatic touchdown. I feel like going against a lineup like that, like everybody's on the line, nobody's back there, so everything is 1-on-1. So it's gonna be easy for him to run it in, and if there's a mismatch, it's easy to make the throw. So it's like everything just
aren't
simple.
To blame doing a decent job on the rub concept, but Jalen is so wide open he could moonwalk it in. The play design
I thought he was going inside,
too much in a bind. And it was responsible for Hurts' first rushing touchdown against the Vikings too. Again, Harrison Smith does a good job to jump wide and disrupt the rub. So Hurts puts his foot in the ground to take on the safety, telling him,
"You got that nice dead leg juke.
Weight room." You know what else is too strong to handle? The deal from the sponsor of this week's video, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the easiest way for you to play daily fantasy sports. Pick between 2 to 5 players, 100% instant you can think conquer the over-unders. And Amon-Ra St. Brown to go Jalen Allen in 60. So make sure you sign up with our offer code. Damn impressive, but it was made easy. The run game is mighty impressive, but it was last year too. What's got us convinced of this Eagles team as a late season threat is the evolution in their passing game. Sirianni does 3 things that we love that have really helped out Jalen Hurts. Firstly, is mixing in and getting him more comfortable with NFL concepts. Last year, defenses were squatting on everything and playing closer to the line of scrimmage, knowing Hurts was one reading and then running. This year though, he's shown a much better ability to read and hit quick concepts like the spacing concept here. Every yard can't be hard earned. Sometimes the quarterback's gotta steal them 8 yards quick. And here it is again on this curls concept. Zach Pascal will bring his route back between the lower zones, helping to distract them. And Hurts throws with touch, heat, and timing to put the ball on the second curl to A.J. Brown. Secondly, and this is harder to show without the flow of a game, but he has a great feel and timing for when to call what play. The flow of a game, but he has a great feel and timing for when to call what play. The offense stays in rhythm, and they seem to do their homework on their opponent's tendencies, knowing when the blitz is coming or when they might show an unusual look. Here, having just entered the red zone, the Lions will counter the Eagles' momentum by bringing the 6-man blitz. But Sirianni has done his homework and knows this is coming, calling a tight end screen to his big man Goddard. Lastly, and something that will seem obvious to many, but he hammers the opposition's weaknesses. Minnesota's defense is led by coordinator Ed Donatel, who comes from being Vic Fangio's defensive coordinator in Denver, and thus runs the modified cover 4-6 that's become so prevalent in the NFL. We don't have time to get into the minute details of this defense. We're saving that for a future video. But its main weakness is in the flats, particularly to the quarter side of the field. Sirianni did everything he could to exploit this, even to the point of calling the same play back-to-back when the Vikings refused to change defense. So many coaches go away from this, either being too eager to show diversity and try out all their plays, or convinced the defense will immediately learn and fix its design weakness. Modern defensive coordinators are willingly giving you this space. So find a way to make it bigger through formation and motion, and hammer it over and over again.
I like that. That was nice.
But honestly, at the heart of it all is the rise of Jalen Hurts. Another offseason in the fill room seems to have done wonders for his NFL eyes. And while there's still a long way to go before he's a pure pocket passer, the level of actual quarterbacking has taken a big step. Watch here as the Lions attempt to disguise their man coverage by just shifting the backers on the motion, trying to make it look like a zone. Hurts does a great job not to be fooled post-snap, reading the safety rotating down to cover the running back, confirming it's still man, and firing in a post to where he just vacated. And here, later in the game, he shows good knowledge of how to beat the double A gap show that so many teams are running. If you're gonna drop back and play zone from this, well, it'll be a few beats before anybody can get underneath to cut this off. Hurts knows this, winding up at the top of his drop back and placing a nice ball to the space. More good quarterbacking to open the 4-minute drill.
Having a receiver like A.J. Brown helps so much too, because he runs some crisp routes. Like that was nice.
Here against the Vikings. Minnesota has 5 defensive linemen on the field, worried about the run game of the Eagles, but 11 personnel means Philly can still go spread, forcing DJ Wonnum into zone against Devontae Smith. And that ends up just about how you'd expect.
Wow.
Noticing the issue, Hurts calls hurry up, forcing Minnesota into the same personnel. And
smart.
Yet, they called the same defense against the same formation flipped. Hurts audibles to Smith to stem his route deeper.
Okay, this is. I was checking to see if this is
for more yards.
Lineman.
It's another accurate ball, even if it's a little late. Still fantastic recognition.
That's tough.
And leading of the offense. And one last throw, because this is our favorite from the 2 games that we've seen so far, and we just can't leave it out. Reading that Goddard's post will come open in the gap between the cover 4 levels, Hurts drops in a beauty while getting rocked. Throwing with touch like that while getting lit up, now that's an elite skill.
Wow.
Now we know 2 games is never a big enough sample size to make any kind of conclusions, but the tape looks as true as it can be. The blend of Sirianni's play calling, elite offensive line play, and the steps taken by Jalen Hurts is going to keep opposition coaches frustrated all season long. And that's without even mentioning the other side of the ball, who just near blanked one of the league's best wide receivers. The NFL season is a battle of attrition, but don't be surprised if the Eagles are in the fight till the very end. In a game where...
Good video. Like I said, we got a lot more football, and he said as well, we got a lot more football to see, so there's a lot more to be told to the story. Long season ahead of us, but offensively, I'm surprised he didn't touch on the defense either. He just only talked about offense, but defensively, they're looking good. I wouldn't mind seeing him make a video about their defense. Just like I said, I think they had 8 sacks yesterday, but we'll see, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hit the like button for me, subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.